Should have been on Facebook Live.
Live. I was nervous for a second, but
That's good stuff. Good stuff. It's the Sports Den Thursday night edition of the Sports Den, coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. Brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It's an ABC weekend. Wonderful weather. Great football ahead. I mean, why wouldn't you ABC and chill all weekend? Once I get done with Walker's game on Saturday, I may even, you know what? Why do I got to wait? I'm not coaching.
Yeah, you can't just put a little
do a sippy cup.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Have Angie drive. I'll be done training for the day.
I'm thinking about, might not be a bad idea. I'm coaching, but just a little taste.
You don't want bad breath like those masks sometimes.
Yeah, those masks do throw it right back at you.
Yeah, I mean the right adult beverage can help your breath. The wrong one can hurt it, but the right one can help it. So get to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits for your weekend. We got a lot to get into with our last show until Sunday being tonight. We'll be here Sunday night after the Jags game for the post game show. But until then, we've got to get into all the matchups that are this weekend, along with a couple other things. RJ, why are you here?
JJ did the morning show.
I always ask this.
I mean, do you guys not like me? I mean, let me know.
I just like consistency. That's all.
Yeah, it's really nothing against you personally. It's like I want to walk in here and I want to know who's pushing the buttons.
But if it's not JJ, then it's the
why can't it be other people? Why does it have to be the black guy?
There. Okay.
Why are they forcing this on us? Forcing this down our throat.
We should be able to interview, right?
Yeah, we should be able to pick who we want.
Did we ever pick RJ?
One day RJ just showed up.
That is true. That is kind of true.
There's actually no lies in that.
JJ wasn't here, and then
we walked in and looked at each other like, "What?
JJ's really late.
Can I help you?"
That's not how it
next
happened.
thing you know, the entire station shut down.
The entire station
and we lost
shut down.
Captain.
Denny did help me that day, so I'm totally in Denny's debt.
Thank God I interned 8 years ago here.
But I mean, I've been okay, haven't I? I don't fill in for you guys all the time. Normally it's JJ. The text line loves JJ. You guys love JJ. But
Facebook,
if I have to come and pinch hit, I'm here.
SoundCloud, Black Planet. Just joking, man. You're good.
RJ, we like you, man. You have gotten so much better over the last year.
Thank you. I'm not having McDonald's play over Chuck Oliver.
Oh, bump Chuck Oliver. We're worried about ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I'm not asking you guys when you want to call Oliver it anymore. Let's just say that.
Except for when I'm on Chuck's show. Don't want to play over it then, because I want you to hear me twice.
I mean, I like Chuck, but I ain't worried about Chuck. Worried about the Sports Den. Just like I'm worried about the Jags this week, because if the Jags lose, man, we're like 3 weeks away from talking draft again. You realize that? Like, think about the range of emotions we had in 11 days, because they played 3 games in 11 days to start the season off.
A lot of fun. A lot of good football. Well, in general. Not a lot of good football, just some football.
More than we anticipated.
Yeah. I didn't think that we were going to win the first game, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't think we'll play the second game as well as we played it.
Right.
I also didn't think we were going to make your boy look. I didn't think we were going to make every quarterback besides Phillip Rivers look like a Hall of Famer.
But now, I mean, seriously, we went from looking at the first 4 going, man, we could be 3-1, to now we're in the 4th game. We're on the 4th game, and we could be 1-3. That's not good. I mean, if they lose on Sunday, we're right back to talking about the number 1 overall pick.
Well, at least we're competing, which is the most important thing. Because we weren't competing for the number 1 overall pick.
Can I be greedy?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about the draft yet. I mean, I'm not saying this as like a Jags fan because I have no inflated expectations of them making the playoffs or anything like that. I just don't want to talk about the draft. I mean, there's some college football hadn't even started yet. We're already like we're walking that tightrope of if the Jags lose this week, we're 1-3, on pace for 4-12.
That's about where we need to be at, right?
4-12?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do they fire Douglas this early or no?
Do you think Shad Khan even knows our record?
Nah, he's too worried. I know Tony's too worried about getting cussed out by blokes
Right.
over overseas.
I think you have to have an owner that's paying attention to have a coach that gets fired during the season. I don't know. Maybe.
That's 3D chess.
Yeah. I
or
think,
4D chess. Is that what they say?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think he gets fired during the season, but my whole point being, please win this game and get us to 2-2. So we got some good stuff to talk about in here. Other than the draft, I don't want to talk about the draft. I'm not ready for the I love y'all, Gator fans. I is one, but I'm not ready for the should we draft Kyle Trask in the first round talk. Because I know some of y'all are going to hit us with that.
Is that something we should even think about doing?
I think he's going to be a first round pick.
So we're completely out on the Lawrence and Field sweepstakes is what you're saying.
My point is I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying I don't want to go there yet. I don't want to have to think about it. I want to be out on those sweepstakes. I want Gardner to be the quarterback. I want to be able to draft the best available player. We've got Cincinnati, Houston, Detroit before we get a bye week. Best of those three teams is the winless team, Houston. I mean,
do you actually think so?
Yeah, man. They were hosed on the schedule, bro. Look at their first three games. First two specifically. I mean, so let's just cut to the chase. I mean, Joe Burrow is the dude, right? He's going to be in this league a long time. He's going to make Pro Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
You can already see that. Do the Jags win on Sunday?
Yes.
I think so too. Am I just you really believe that? Like deep down?
I do. I mean, I have some trepidation, but I do believe that they're the better team.
If the Jaguars win the toss, do they defer?
Heck no, they better not.
Now you go out there and you score.
I mean,
I'm just worried about the defense at this point. It feels like you can stop nobody. In the Miami game, it was a 12-play drive that ate up about 6 minutes of clock. Why can't the defense get a stop? You haven't.
Because they're not any good.
True.
I mean, we already know.
Yeah, we know the answer to this.
Yeah, we know that this is the case. We know that for the Jacksonville Jaguars to win games in 2020, they're going to have to score a lot. That's a given. In order for them to score a lot, they're going to have to run the ball, and they're going to have to hit the short passes to open up the deep passes. These are all givens.
These are things that the Jaguars don't do very well.
Correct.
That's some analysis, some detailed analysis for you.
The good news is, for the year, Cincinnati has 70 rushes for 238 yards.
Well, they actively target or actively use Joe. They're getting their money's worth from Joe.
Burrow?
Yeah, that's
or
it,
Mixon?
Right? Oh, my bad, Burrow. Mixon is definitely not. They don't have any. I guess they don't have any faith. Remember he was supposed to be like that guy.
Yeah, and at times he looked.
He was
like
doing
it.
good.
Joe Burrow has already thrown the ball 141 times.
I think his arm at least gives out at some point.
And he's run it 16 times.
Well, we don't do good against the run with quarterbacks.
I mean, he's averaging 295 yards a game, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. AJ Green on the year only has 116 yards through 3 games. Their leading receiver, Tyler Boyd, only has 230 through 3 games.
That's the real scary part right there. is what could happen with that. Like, AJ could very well light us up, man.
Go Sammy Watkins on us.
Yeah. That intimidates me a little bit.
Who's their tight end? Because whoever their tight end is, I'd play him in fantasy. So we have a tendency to leave those guys open. CJ Uzoma. Oh, CJ. He was a quarterback in high school.
Okay.
Somewhere, I think.
I thought you said that. Like, I thought you had him on your fantasy team.
No, we played against him at 7-on-7 when I was coaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he played maybe at Auburn, if I remember right. I mean, that's the deal. The Jags have to cover the tight end, and they have to cover AJ Green, and they have to get – and this is the part that hurts to say because we say it every week, and it's never going to happen. They have to get pressure.
That's where Taven comes in.
Really?
Yeah, that's Taven's thing.
Is it? That's a specialty?
Yeah. You never seen him do that dip rip move?
No, I haven't.
Get to the quarterback?
No. I was going through my maybe we'll tweet it back out since I've got it. I was going through my videos trying to clean my phone out. And in my favorites is the video of Taven against the Cowboys 2 years ago going completely unplugged. Chasing Dak and then just turning around.
Yeah.
That's Taven's specialty. I mean, at some point, Josh Allen's got to get a couple, right?
I mean, one day it'll work.
Has to. I mean, we heard Doug Marone's press conference, was it yesterday? I ain't never even heard of these dudes he's talking about. He's talking about they feel good about their defensive line. He starts throwing out names. I didn't even know were on the team. The only defensive lineman that I knew was on interior guy was Jernigan.
Name recognition.
I'm looking up the depth chart now. Let's see if our lads has updated the depth chart. Let's provide you with those that are going to be applying pressure to one Joseph Burrow. I wonder what Joe Burrow's middle name is.
Laquan.
Laquan, that's what I was going to guess. Avery Jones, that's far. What happened to Devon Hamilton? Has he done anything?
No.
Not that I remember.
Middle name is Lee, by the way.
He looks like a Lee.
It really is?
Joseph Lee Burrow.
He should have gone by Lee.
Yeah.
Lee Burrow. It's got a better ring. Yeah. Can anybody tell me anything about Doug Costin?
Doug Costin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to pretend, no.
Well, he's on our defensive line.
He's probably a good person.
Miami University.
The U.
Other U.
Oh.
6'2", 295.
Okay.
23 years old.
Stocky guy. Yeah. Young one.
Yeah, 23 years old. Let's see who else. I just want to get to know these guys that are going to be dominating this game. Daniel Ukulele.
Like the instrument?
Well, that I'm calling him that. It's Ekuale.
Ukulele?
I don't know. Daniel is has got a year's experience. So
okay,
he's a second
he's good.
Year guy.
That's good. We need some veterans.
Here, let me give you Daniel's player history in the NFL. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Signed with Cleveland in 5 of 18 as a free agent. Was waived in Cleveland on 9 of 18. Was re-signed in Cleveland on the same day. Practice squad.
Practice squad guy. Okay.
And then was suspended in Cleveland for 4 games on 12-18. But then also on 12-18, his suspension was lifted. And then on 1-19, he was re-signed in Cleveland. On 11 of 19, he was on the IR in Cleveland. On 9 of 20, he was waived by Cleveland. And then he was also – and then that's when he was picked up to his practice squad for Jacksonville. So that's his player history. He's a defensive tackle at Washington State. He goes 6'4", 293.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we have anybody else that we should know about? No, that's it. Devon Hamilton, Avery Jones, Taven Bryan, Doug Costin, and Daniel Ukulele. That's who's bringing the pressure on the interior. Yes, Taven Bryan is a freaking stud compared to those other 4.
At least you know who Taven is.
And then outside, we've got, of course, Josh Allen, Adam Gotsis, Kaylavon Chason,
yep,
and Dwayne Smoot.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Smoot's been here a minute.
Feels like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just hasn't done anything.
No wonder we're terrible. Like, out of that list, how many of those had you heard of before I just brought them up?
None.
I don't think we're going to win. I don't think the Jags win.
Wow. I think we'll win.
Well, according to John Shipley, who's with SI.com, says that defensive coordinator Todd Wash.
I forgot about him. Never mind. We're definitely not winning.
Said watching the film of the Thursday night football game versus Miami was an eye-opener for C.J. Henderson and Trey Herndon. Said he thinks that you'll see a different Henderson this week in terms of being able to get his hands on the wide receiver.
Hey, Todd Wash, how about it being an eye-opener for you? How about you go to a podium for a press conference and you say, man, seeing that film from last Thursday night, it was an eye-opener for me. I suck.
Yeah, I realized that I'm not really good at this coaching thing.
How do I still have a job? Like, what has the common denominator been the last couple of years? I don't know. You.
This is a stark difference from a guy who said he felt really good to coach guys who actually do what they're told. So really, when we think about this, if they stink, which they do, they're being coached to stink, and I think people need to realize this.
I'm all for letting go of Todd Wash in midseason. Keep Douglas around.
Who would take over who would call the defense?
Me, you,
okay,
RJ. Does it matter?
No.
Could it be worse? Can you say with certainty that if you were the defensive coordinator, that we would apply the same amount of pressure to the quarterback? Would you do any worse?
No.
Okay. Can you say with certainty that if you were the defensive coordinator, that the defensive backfield would play any worse than they did last Thursday night?
No.
Okay. So what do we need him for? Because I don't know what he makes, and I'm not trying to get in your pockets, James, but my guess is you do it for half what he's being paid.
Half? Maybe give me a little more. Toss me like $1 more.
So if they called you and said, yo, James, finish out the year, we're going to pay you 300 G's.
Yeah, I'd do it. Do I have to be there every day? I have a commitment on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. One night I can stay a little later. If I can do that, then I'm good.
That would be amazing radio. We've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this game coming up. But let's get into the college schedule. Let's dive into the college schedule that is ahead of us. Let's pick some games. Let's have some fun. Most competitive pick's going to be Jacksonville State, Florida State. We'll get to that as well as the Florida games, Georgia game of the week right there. All of them coming up next.
1010XL beat reporter Hayes Carline here. Listen for my one-on-one interviews from the locker room with Jaguars players throughout the week, presented by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Your favorite team, your favorite players, only on 1010XL.
se-ortho.com, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Stop limping around. Stop complaining about that pain. Get in there. I did that. You should do the same. Worried about my knee, worried about surgery. Came up with all this stuff on my head of what was wrong with my knee, and all I had to do was go see Dr. Swanson. There wasn't much. I just did physical therapy, and now I'm good to go. It's been that way for 2 years. You can do the same thing. Locations all over town, so there's going to be one near you. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. CRMJax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010xl.com.
Barbecue chicken, hot links, St. Louis ribs, slow smoked pork. The best part of Pick of the Pick combos at Sonny's, there's no wrong way to pick them. Pick 2 or 3 barbecue favorites with sides and bread starting at $10.99. Enjoy them safely at your local Sonny's or get your picks in a click for curbside pickup, drive-through, or delivery. Sonny's Barbecue, local pit masters since '68.
Many wonder, why has Mike Merritt's Heating and Air been so successful for so long? Mike Merritt has been keeping Jacksonville cool for more than 30 years. What's Mike's secret? It's no secret. It's Mike's integrity and loyalty. Your comfort is Mike's goal every day. And Mike knows issues can arise on any day. That's why with Mike, you never have an overtime charge. Weekdays, weekends, holidays, whenever you need Mike, he's there. And Mike is loyal to his team. That's why so many of them have been with him for 18 years and more. And Mike's technicians work without commission, so they do only what you need. If you need new equipment, Mike has 10-year warranties that give you peace of mind about comfort. Peace of mind is priceless, but so affordable with Mike. Stay comfortable. Call Mike Merritt's Heating and Air or see him on the web at merrittair.com. merrittair.com. License number CAC 050384.
Mark Brunell here. I don't need protection on the field anymore, but my house, that's another matter. That's why I called Armor Guard Exteriors, your home for Gutter Helmet. Gutter Helmet installs gutter protection, 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, and with Armor Guard, you can protect your home with hurricane protection, impact windows, retractable awnings, and screen. So protect your home today. To learn more about how Armor Guard Exteriors can help protect your home, go to agenf.com. Click on promo code 8 for special discounts.
You'll hear Pete Prisco, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, every Friday on The Frangie Show, brought to you by Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fisherman's Dock, where seafood lovers shop. Fisherman's Dock, the ultimate seafood shop.
Big news from Captain's Choice Tackle. We now have a new website, captainschoicetackle.com.
Yeah, so now if you want to purchase our hand-tied rigs, such as pompano rigs in 5 different colors, whiting rigs with J-hooks and circle hooks, offshore bottom rigs, whether it's single or double, kingfish rigs, you name it. If you go to captainschoicetackle.com.
And folks, don't forget, though, you can still purchase our rigs at numerous locations, such as Oldest City Bait and Tackle, Genomes Bait and Tackle, Bemis Tackle, and, of course, Strike Zone.
Kevin.
Well, buddy.
Buddy, you missed a couple. Come on, man. Also available at Palm Valley Outdoors and Hagen Ace Hardware in Green Cove Springs.
So if you want to fish with the best hand-tied rigs, you can still find us at some great stores. Oldest City Bait and Tackle, Genomes Bait and Tackle, Bemis Bait and Tackle, and of course, Strike Zone, Palm Valley Outdoors, and Hagen Ace in Green Cove Springs, or just go to captainschoicetackle.com.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com, coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. Get to thehumidor.com for all of your cigar needs. Huge selection, already low prices. Type in Sports Den, all one word, all lowercase when you check out, and you'll get 20% off. Have you seen the Salute to Service NFL line this year?
Is it dope?
Yeah.
I gotta get.
They get me every year because they charge way too much for the stuff.
I guess I was in the right. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get some of that.
The one I have is like I really like the. I think they caught me in the right. Oh, I bought it in 2017.
Well, yeah, everybody bought everything.
We were winning. I didn't even think. I didn't blink. I just said I want that. I'm gonna cop that. I got some shoes to match that.
Let's see. I'm gonna see like a hoodie. I'm on Jaguars shop.jaguars.com.
75?
$99.99.
Oh, they tripping.
Yeah, long sleeve tee, $40. Yeah. Still gonna get one though. Kind of sweet. College football, good weekend coming up. I'm gonna look for the spreads real quick. Let's do this that way. Let me look at this. I mean, the game of the week is Auburn, Georgia, right? Can you think of any bigger? Texas A&M, Alabama do anything for you? Is Alabama going to beat the tar?
No, I think Alabama's going to beat the tar.
I'm with you. South Carolina give Florida any type of scare?
No.
I don't think so either. Like, there's Florida fans that I think it's they're going to be worried about every game because this is still new, the whole scoring a ton of points again and all that kind of stuff. But
I think they know that while Ole Miss put up a lot of points, a lot of people have brought up that they put up a lot of points on LSU to defend a national champion. They couldn't stop anybody. So, like, maybe, and I get it, that's kind of that false humility, like fake humility. You know how, like, actually not false. I don't want to say in a bad way, but like, remember what Corky used to do? Like, you ever, like, you talk to Corky like, hey, you know how your team going to be? We'll just be lucky to win some games this year, And then you blink and they won the state championship.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where Florida fans are. They have the confidence, but you still you don't want to put yourself out there to be trolled.
But as a fan, if you believe that your team is a top 7 team in the country, and I say 7 because I think everybody would agree right now that Florida is a top 7.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
If you think that,
especially with no Big Ten,
that's why I said 7. That's why I didn't say top 5.
Let's say if Pac-12, if Oregon gets a chance to play, I got to give Oregon. But Oregon and Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so sure I'd pick Oregon on that.
Oregon's with a lot of. I don't know who's playing and who's not playing for Oregon. But if everybody did knocked out, Oregon's got a really good defense.
I guess my point being, if you are a top 7 team, and in some cases top 5, you're not supposed to worry about South Carolina.
No,
you're supposed to blow them out. That's the equivalent of, give me another top. If the argument is, are we better than Georgia, then that is the equivalent of Georgia playing.
If Clemson plays,
say South Carolina, but
if
South
Clemson's playing Louisville, they're not worried.
I hold Clemson and Alabama to a whole other standard. They you know what I mean? They don't have letdown games. My
Wisconsin, Purdue, I expect Wisconsin to
win. Fair. Like, and you don't expect it to be close. You don't worry about it if you're a Wisconsin.
Right, and I say that, but Purdue's actually but their best player isn't playing. So, but yeah, based on name value, I understand exactly what you mean.
So Florida's an 18-point favorite.
And when's the last time South Carolina beat Florida?
It probably wasn't that long ago.
No, but I mean, I'm not talking like, I know it wasn't a decade, but was it like 3 years ago? And before that, what was the last time they beat them?
I'm looking.
Did Spurrier get them?
Yeah, I think Spurrier did get them. Let's see. Football history versus University of South Carolina. Let's see this. Last year, Florida won 38-27. They're 28-9-3.
Stop right there. Why are you even? That's false humility.
So 3 years ago, South Carolina beat them.
That's what. Okay, so I was right about that. But then after that,
the last 10 matchups, 5-5.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those years was a 4-8 year, though, right? Two of them probably the 4-win seasons, right?
See, South Carolina got Florida in 17, 14, 13, 11, and 10. We talk about some ugly games. You go back and look at those scores, like 17-12. I don't know. I mean, the last 2 years, 2 years ago in 2018, it was close. Wasn't that the comeback game for Felipe? The shush game?
Yeah. When they should have lost.
Right. So maybe we should be scared of South Carolina. Maybe it hasn't been. I think that they win. I think they win by 3 scores.
I believe I'm with that. I had a friend call me today irate about something they heard on the lunch bunch. Somebody said about why is South Carolina not recruiting or playing up to the level of Clemson.
What?
Like they're saying like the reason why was because South Carolina plays in the SEC and has an easier schedule. That's why they're not Clemson right now.
Clemson has an easier schedule.
Yeah, that part's not true. But do you think that if Clemson and South Carolina were same teams were reversed, that they wouldn't at least compete for the East?
Yeah,
just
compete. No, they would be the 7-time defending champions of the East
at this point. Yeah, because the East
has
been basically Georgia until this year. Again, Florida.
There's so many reasons why South Carolina can't recruit with Clemson. Then it starts at the top.
Right.
As much as everybody loves Will Muschamp, I mean,
but it's been like that for a while. Even when Lou was there. They were just okay. Spurrier had him rocking for a little bit.
I mean, but not top class. Rocking,
Clemson
right?
cares. That's why that Clemson cares about football. They got the church behind them. They got a lot of things. They got That's really what 9 times out of 10, what it comes down to is somebody's committed and somebody's not, and that's really all there is.
Alabama is an 18-point favorite over A&M.
Ooh, score 28.
52.5 over under. I think Alabama wins by more than that, don't you?
I think they're on a mission this year.
I think so too.
They're going to destroy everybody, or as bad as they can. If they can reset the scoreboard on you, Saban's not taking mercy anymore. He did that once.
We took mercy last week. Dude, he had the starters out second series of the third quarter.
But were they still?
It was like 35-7 or something.
Were
like
the backups still trying to play though?
Yeah, but they gave up a lot of points.
Okay.
They made it respectable. Text line 382. You're right. Kentucky Ole Miss is a good one.
Yeah, but game of the week. Though.
Yeah,
but it's a good game. It's a game I'll be interested in. Who's Arkansas playing?
Mississippi State.
I'll be glued into that
just to see.
Yes.
Yeah. Auburn.
Let's go, Leach.
Auburn and Georgia. Georgia's a 6.5-point favorite. I think Georgia wins and I think they cover. But I think it's a really good game. The only reason why I say that is I still don't think Bo Nix is very good. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't think he's as good as everybody makes him out to be. And I know what Georgia has defensively. I don't know what Georgia has offensively. I mean, no clue. Nobody does. But is it that hard at Georgia? Just throw Pickens the ball.
That's what I would do. Pickens seems to be open a lot.
Pickens and Washington, the tight end. Just throw him the dang ball.
And boy, you talk about not living up to the expectations of who your brother is.
Yeah, Cook.
Good night. He has no balance. He slips and slides all the time just watching him.
If you're a Georgia fan and this game goes with the under, 44.5 is the over-under. If this game goes under that and you sneak out with a 3-point win, I'd start to get worried. I'd start to get worried that you've got the same exact thing going on you had last year.
Are they playing – which care? Are they playing
They haven't said.
Okay. Neither one of them are good.
No, they haven't said. I mean, last year with Fromm, they had trouble scoring. You remember the Notre Dame game? It was like in the South Carolina
And
game.
like, it doesn't make sense. I feel kind of bad about the one kid with the cyst. I mean, but he still ain't good at football. So
right, DeJuan Mathis.
Was he good at football before the cyst?
I mean, he's a 4-star.
Okay.
He's a good player. He's just not good at throwing it with the pass.
Right. Seems athletic.
Doug Moore, he's very athletic. 10-800.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's fast, athletic. He's, 6'5"?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my gut tells me that he's going to start. My gut tells me that Kirby's going to double down on this thing, and he's going to start DeJuan Mathis and hope that DeJuan Mathis plays well so that he can save some face. Because otherwise, like I said the other night, Kirby, once again, has proven to us that when he has to make a quarterback decision, he doesn't make a good one.
If Kirby does that, I'm going to write a hit piece just because I know I'm going to hit a hornet's nest.
What's the hit piece going to be?
It's going to be Kirby and Kirby's going to be mad at me. So Kirby, if you're listening, because you listen sometimes, this is out of love, and I also need them clicks. But I'm going to put, why does Kirby Smart not pick the right quarterback or something like that? I don't create the title. My people create the title.
But
it's going to be around the fact that he consistently chooses. He's terrible at his decision making.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very fair. I think we know this for a fact that last year, Justin Fields would have been the starter. Wouldn't have been Jake Fromm. Right now, they would probably be the number one team in the country.
Oh, without it.
If Justin Fields was still there. Like, we know you decided DeJuan Mathis was your starter and you roll out and it's a 7-5 game at halftime against a team that hasn't won in the SEC in years with the stadium 20% full.
You think they're going to, Kemp definitely going to follow suit. Do you think they're going to ramp it up, let everybody go in now? So they can at least have a home field advantage?
Did I say this on air the other night about Georgia Stadium when I was there the other day? So I was in Athens last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, the Tuesday before. And they had all the chair backs, like where people could sit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was more than 20%. It looked like it honestly, it looked like 50%.
Well, I mean, is that where 20% is here?
I think that
was that an SEC rule that they can only have 20%?
No, it was let me see, Georgia attendance. I mean, I haven't heard anybody at 50% though. Although Jeff told me that Florida State was hopping when they were there.
Yeah, but they were at 20. I think they 25%.
Like, but I think you said everybody kind of
came together.
Yeah,
that's how they have it. It's not. It was 19. It was 19,000. I think the number is 21,000 that Florida State can have. But if they're all at the lower bowl, or most of the people probably walk down. I'm glad you just said that.
They will allow between 20 and 25% capacity. So that would mean that they'll have between 18 and 23,000 fans. I don't know. I've never seen this set up with social distancing, so maybe my vision was just off. But it sure looked like they had it set up for 40,000 fans in there. That's it's almost a 93,000 seat stadium.
Now, another thing too is, and this sounds crazy.
You been there?
No.
You need to go. It's awesome. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm only using FSU as an example, but I'm sure other people. You have to buy your tickets in multiples of 2.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So like for example, I have 6.
Okay.
So mine are all together. But if everybody, if you had a bunch of people buy 2s, it will space it out. They'll space it out. So like it can look a lot bigger than what it really is if you're doing that. But
671 on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. I'm going to go ahead and do this. It says, Denny and James, love your show. I'm a diehard Dog fan. We have to get Carson in this week's game. Let me tell you why Carson's not going
to play. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's okay. Okay.
Let me tell you why Carson's not going to play and when I think he will play. We'll do that coming up next.
For high school football play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
I'm Coach Krause of the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. We're on the road this Friday night in district action against the Ed White Commanders. You can hear the game live at 92.5 FM.
The football season is underway, and you can track the latest news and information at betonline.net. The early season storylines have not disappointed thus far, and betonline.net has odds and lines all the way through the season and even into the playoffs. In Week 3, how will teams react to the rash of injuries that plagued Week 2 rosters? Follow along at betonline.net as pro football continues its journey to Tampa in February. Always available online or on your mobile device. Check out betonline.net today. Bring the game home at betonline.net.
Hi, I'm professional golfer Russell Knox, and when it came time for me to purchase my home, I was looking for professionals to guide me through the buying process, and I chose Exit Real Estate Gallery. The professionals were enjoyable to work with and made all the transactions very easy, and I would definitely recommend using Exit Real Estate Gallery to purchase your home.
Thanks, Russell. If you're looking to buy or sell your one stop in Jacksonville, Exit Real Estate Gallery. Go online right now at propertyinjax.com.
Hey Jags fans, it's Ashlyn Sullivan.
And Eric Dunn.
Here to tell you about our new
At Home
game day experience.
Each game, home or away, we're giving out cash prizes at the end of each quarter, totaling $10,000.
Cash?
Yes, cash money, y'all. Join us at www.jagsathome.com and play along.
Yeah, but we gotta tell them how to play.
Right, that's the easy part.
While you're watching the game on your big screen, visit www.jagsathome.com on your mobile device, tablet, or desktop, and answer Jags trivia and predictive gaming questions that appear on your screen.
The fan with the most points at the end of each quarter will take home a piece of the $10,000 cash prize.
And the leaderboard will refresh at the start of each quarter, giving you multiple chances to win even more cash.
www.jagsathome.com. Home and away.
We will see you all this Sunday at jagsathome.com.
Let's get back to business together. Ameris Bank is committed to providing tools you need to do business today. Is your point of sale system social distancing friendly? Are you able to take online and curbside orders with ease? Right now, we're waiving software fees and virtual terminal fees for 90 days on our Clover Flex contactless payment system. Let your customers pay you efficiently without being too close for comfort. Check out our special offer details at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is member FDIC.
Why are you smiling?
Dreams come true under the Friday Night Lights.
Because I love football.
Recap this week's high school football games and hear from the winning coaches on the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights on 1010XL.
Contractors, need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJax.com. That's CustomConcreteJax.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. Two things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters. Locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
Baloo here for Russ Voris, State Farm, the #1 auto insurance company in America. Why not be with the #1 agent in America? That's where I go, RussVoris.com. Now, at State Farm, they do the most auto and home policies of any company in America. Why not package it together? That's right, your auto and home insurance all in one policy. Superior service, product, and great rates. Visit RussVoris.com. So again, for the very best in auto and home insurance, visit State Farm. That's RussVoris.com.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll-and lock bed covers, to trailer hitches, and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Quick Draw rapid testing. I think you may have the COVID, or you just want to see. Or maybe you own a business and you need to get a testing plan in place. Any of those type of things. Quick Draw rapid testing is where you need to go. QuickDrawRapidTesting.com. Now listen. Before you go there, it's QUIK, no C. QUIK. QuickDrawRapidTesting.com. They also have an 8-hour hand sanitizer. It's a spray. So I would encourage everybody to get over there and get you some of that. 10-minute testing. 10-minute. Nothing goes up your nose. Stay in your car, and it's $40. If you have a business and you have employees that are worried about it, send them there. Pick up the tab for them. Be a nice employee.
Matter of fact, they'll hook you up.
Will they?
Yeah, if you got a business and you're getting multiple tests, they'll hook you up. And if you're military or first responder, you get a discount as well.
So we're talking about Georgia, and we had a texter say, got to get Carson Beck in this week's game. Here's why you're not going to see Carson. It's what I believe. And it's my gut. Nobody's told me this. But I will say I've been right on this quite a bit, on this type of stuff. Here's what I think's happening in Georgia, James.
Okay.
They got Jamie Newman in early.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that maybe some issues there.
Yep. Fair.
They look up. They've got DeJuan and Carson, two young guys. They got Stetson, who they never planned on playing. So we need somebody else. Because we got this defense, and national championship is what our fans expect out of us. And it's been 40 years since we've had one. Who can we go get? So they see JT Daniels from USC, who at the time that he went to Georgia, we all went, why would you do that? Like, you're a good player. Why would you go somewhere that just had a transfer, just has multiple 4-stars on the roster? Well, now it's starting to make sense. You go somewhere like that when they tell you you're going to play.
Mm-hmm.
If you can go from USC to a top 5 program and they tell you, if you come here, here's what's really going on, it's your job, then that's why you go there.
Right.
He went there already hurt. They already knew he was hurt. They already knew it was going to be a little while before he got cleared. Here's where Carson comes in. You can run out DeJuan, and he can have a decent game. And when JT comes back, you can still plug JT in because it's not what you do traditionally offensively. DeJuan's not. You can replace him with Stetson, and everybody knows that's not our long-term answer. Georgia fans are not clamoring over Stetson Bennett. Nobody's scared of Stetson Bennett.
Right.
What you can't do is bring your highly acclaimed bell cow of your class at quarterback in, and he balls out, and replace him with JT Daniels. So if I'm a coach and I'm thinking through this, which I've done, Arkansas, man, we're going to beat Arkansas. I ain't worried about Arkansas. They didn't just magically approve JT. They knew what was going on. Their training staff knows what's going on. We got to get by Arkansas. Possibly Auburn. JT will be ready. Then we fulfill our promise. And if he craps the bed, then and only then will you see Carson.
Fair.
Then you fulfill your promise to JT on the reason that he came. You give him a chance to perform. And if he does, all is good. You've got your team. You've got your quarterback. You keep it moving. If he doesn't, now you bring your freshman in. Everybody wins. Politics, but college football is politics.
As a lot of things are.
Mm-hmm. Does that all make sense?
I mean, yeah, that's a plausible theory.
Do you think I'm reaching for that?
I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, I think if you can't wait after what you just saw this week against Arkansas, you know Auburn's better than Arkansas. You got to have something that's going to give you offense a lot earlier than what you got last game. Like, you can't wait to the second half against Auburn.
Right.
You got to be – because, again, this game could have been a blowout, or what should have happened, they should have been up 21-7 is reasonable.
Who's – when you say that?
When I say against
Georgia?
Arkansas. Like, Georgia should have been up 21-7, And then it would have blown it out in the second half. You could have got guys in. But right now, because what does it hurt? Either way, because you could have put Carson in last game, and it doesn't. You could play Carson every game this season, and he still gets his year back if he wants it, because it's a toss up year. So it doesn't really benefit anything. But if you really are trying to hold true to your promise to JT, then I guess that makes sense. But what's the promise? Like, if you losing, like, you gotta win.
I thought going into Arkansas, and I think I even told you this before. I said, if DeJuan struggles, which I thought he would, I think they bring in Carson. Like, if that game's in doubt, I thought they'd bring in Carson. If it's a blowout and they're bringing in a backup, I think they bring in Stetson. I was surprised to see them bring in Stetson, and it worked out for them. You're right. I mean, if you're all of a sudden you're looking up and it's midway through the second, you're down 10-0 to Auburn and can't get anything going offensively. If they bring Stetson back in, then that's when you know, okay, well, then they have faith in Stetson. Can you play JT now? It's been a month since he's had meaningful reps. I mean, you can't throw him in there right now, can you?
I would. But what's the, like, I guess, like, what's the purpose though? Like, what if he's not somebody that you can rely on because due to injury or whatever, then you gotta, and you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall, then you gotta go get Carson. Get Carson in there. You gotta unload your clip at a certain point.
I agree. And the thing about Carson Beck, and the reason why I think if he gets in there, he don't come back out, is not he's extremely talented, but that's not the reason. The reason is how football smart he is. And you've talked to the Mandarin coaches, which you do. They'll tell you, like, the guy gets you in and out of plays. He knows where to go with the ball, all that kind of stuff. Move beyond the 6'5" and the rocket arm for a second. Like, that's what Georgia needs. When you have a great defense, you need an offense that just doesn't make mistakes and that can manufacture some points. What you don't need is DeJuan. You don't need a quarterback in there that may turn it over, but then also may go 80 on a run play. You don't need that if you're Georgia. You need steady.
Right.
And your defense is good enough that you probably end up winning 9 or 10 games out of a 10-game schedule. 9 games, because they got to play Alabama and Florida. And you probably get a berth. So I'm with you, and you make a good point, is if the bigger goal beyond a promise to a kid is to win, and you find yourself down, I just don't think Stetson gets it done against Auburn. I may be wrong.
I agree with you.
But I don't think Stetson Bennett, I don't think anybody's going to spend extra time planning for Stetson Bennett. That's just my...
No, I'm staying base defense. I know I can beat him.
Yeah, dial up a little bit of pressure. I agree. Let's see. 671 says, makes a lot of sense. Just know Carson's capable of taking this offense to the next level. 923 on the Lifetime Closure text line. Wasn't Fromm a true freshman quarterback when they went to the Natty, put back in? Yes, he was. Now, he went in when Jacob Eason got hurt. They brought Fromm in. They never looked back, and he was good to go. Let's see. 907, in your honest opinion, could Carson really know the offense well enough with limited practice reps? Yes.
They all have the same new OC. They all had the same amount of practice.
They all had the same amount of reps up till about, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop this myth that there was no spring. There was no spring, but they more than made up for it in the fall, guys. Stop it.
Somebody let me know that the tight end for Cincinnati is talking about is out.
Oh.
Sample is the tight end.
Okay.
By the way, RJ, you mentioned a 42-yard run by Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Did he hurt himself on that?
No.
How did he hurt himself?
Wait, he's actually hurt now?
Yeah, Flacco was in.
Hold on.
Yeah. I just looked up, and there's Joe Flacco taking snaps for the New York Football Jets. 7-3 New York Jets. Battle of defeated teams, both of them 0-3.
All right. Via Ian Rappaport, Jet Sam Darnold slammed hard on his right shoulder, is now heading to the locker room.
AC sprain. You know who's talking about those today?
Who?
Dr. Swanson
On what?
on IG.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. When are we going to see Bortles?
Next week. They
Who's
said
this guy? This player?
Ripien.
Oh, Brett Ripon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. From Boise State.
Yeah. He's not very good.
No, he's not. Bring in BB5.
What could it hurt? Let him wing it. Let him wing it.
Yeah. Run zone read with him.
And you know what they called him on social media? Everybody runs with this boat thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Blake, for Blake to be talked about so bad, he's got a lot of swag and a lot of energy behind his name.
Have you ever talked to a player that didn't like Blake? Now they may think he's not very good.
Yeah, everybody don't think bad about him.
No. Even the guys that are still here that play with Blake love him. They don't want him to be their quarterback,
right?
But they want to go have a beer with him.
Of course.
Kind of the same situation we're all in with Blake. Oh, you want to get to 8 o'clock?
Yeah, sure. I like that.
All right, 8 o'clock coming up next.
I'm Mike Dempsey, and this fall, Mark Brunell joins me every Tuesday at 11 o'clock on Jaguars Today, thanks to Armor Guard Exteriors. Join us then to hear what the former quarterback has to say about the home team on 1010 XL.
Blue here. Life can get pretty stressful, especially if you have to work at home and have kids doing online classes. Do yourself a favor. Give our friends at Wren Beach Rentals a call. Work from home, but with the Atlantic Ocean in your backyard. Their properties have free Wi-Fi, so a virtual classroom or office is easy, and you can walk right out the back door and have your toes in the sand. You need a staycation? Go to WrenBeachRentals.com. That's WREN BeachRentals.com. Tell them the Loose sent you and get a 5% discount.
COVID's still going around. Make sure you get tested. You got to go to Quick Draw Rapid Testing. QuickDrawRapidTesting.com. That's QUIK. DrawRapidTesting.com. 3545 St. John's Bluff Road. You get testing available from 12 noon to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Is $40. Or what you can do is prevention, which prevention is key as they open up things. You go out to the clubs, you go to these games. Their 8-hour hand sanitizer is available on site. There's no harmful chemicals or alcohol. That's QuickDrawRapidTesting.com. QUIK DrawRapidTesting.com.
Payday is an important day for most of us, but then you get hurt on the job and you miss a paycheck. Then you miss another one. Then you learn there's a dispute over your workers' comp benefits. That's when you call me, Eddie Farah. I don't like it when someone gets hurt and the company they've been loyal to messes up an important event like Payday. It's your money. I hope you fight for it. Call me at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Jacksonville.
It's the little things like an afternoon treat that make the day sweet, and Chick-fil-A is adding one more treat to its dessert menu to help make your day a little bit sweeter. Introducing the Chocolate Fudge Brownie, crafted with layers of fudge, a cake-like middle, and topped with flaky chunks of chocolate. Available individually or as a catering order, so you can treat yourself and the ones you love. So fill your day with a sweet moment. So stop by and enjoy the Chocolate Fudge Brownie today, and do it at Chick-fil-A.
Hey, it's the truth teller, Rick Ballou, and the truth is most of us are likely watching the games from home this year. So if you want to be comfortable and it's finally time to replace your old AC system, you can trust my friends at McGowan's. Look at all their 5-star reviews. Excellent service, great pricing, plus financing available for any budget. So if your passion for sports gets you heated, let my friends at McGowan's AC keep you cool. Visit McGowan'sAC.com, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
License number CMC 1250075.
Hey guys, it's Hicken here, and I work late. And you probably heard me talk about my trouble sleeping, man. I toss and I turn, I can't fall asleep. No more, baby. A couple of my friends been telling me, Hicken, get a MyPillow. I'll give it a shot. Let me tell you something. MyPillow is the truth, gang. Googans, the hype is real. The MyPillow patented adjustable fill provides perfect comfort and support so you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. I'll give you another example. BWR, beautiful wife Reagan, when I come in late, she always wakes up. Not anymore. Sound asleep because of MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com. We got a special buy one, get one free offer for you 1010XL listeners. Use promo code 1010XL. When you get your own custom-made MyPillow, they'll send you another one absolutely free. MyPillow, made in the USA. It's easy to care for. 60-day money-back guarantee. Call them right now. 800-684-5457. That's 800-684-5457. And use promo code 1010XL for buy one, get one free. Check them out at MyPillow.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fisherman's Dock, where seafood lovers shop. Fisherman's Dock, the ultimate seafood shop.
Jaguars fans, let's tackle social injustice together on game days with Selfies for Change. Visit TIAABank.com/selfies for change to take a virtual selfie with a Jaguars player and unlock a $5 donation to the Jaguars Foundation to help fight social injustice. Share your photo on Instagram or Twitter using hashtag Selfies for Change so more fans can be part of the movement. Join us on game days at TIAABank.com/selfies for change. TIAA Bank is the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Big news from Captain's Choice Tackle. We now have a new website, captainschoicetackle.com.
Yeah, so now if you want to purchase our hand-tied rigs, such as pompano rigs in 5 different colors, whiting rigs with J-hooks and circle hooks, offshore bottom rigs, whether it's single or double, kingfish rigs, you name it. If you go to captainschoicetackle.com.
Hey, folks, don't forget, though, you can still purchase our rigs at numerous locations, such as Oldest City Bait and Tackle, Janung's Bait and Tackle, Bemis Tackle, and, of course, Strike Zone.
Kevin.
Well, buddy.
Buddy, you missed a couple. Come on, man. Also available at Palm Valley Outdoors and Hagen Ace Hardware in Green Cove Springs.
So if you want to fish with the best hand-tied rigs, you can still find us at some great stores. Oldest City Bait and Tackle, Janung's Bait and Tackle, Bemis Bait and Tackle, and of course, Strike Zone, Palm Valley Outdoors, and Hagen Ace in Green Cove Springs, or just go to captainschoicetackle.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You mad, bro? 1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
Should I start 8 o'clock out with a text?
Sure.
Lifetime Enclosures text line 534 says, y'all say defeated. It's so dumb. It's winless. Any team that has a loss is defeated. Did you know what I meant, 534? Did you know? Did you know what I meant when I said that?
You're coming to our show looking for proper grammar and syntax, boy. You need to go listen to another show, man.
Yeah.
Defeated is the reason why people say defeated. It's a tongue-in-cheek joke because when you go undefeated, you just cross out the un, and that's what you have.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, 534. We didn't reach your grammatical standards, your Mike Norvell level standards that you're bringing to the show with me.
Yeah. So
A74 said that Darnold was slammed to the turf with no flag.
Nice.
Yeah.
No respect.
None. So go ahead with your 8 o'clock.
My 8 o'clock is, and I need to know that I'm okay first because I could be wrong and it could be 8 o'clock on myself. But I do know that every now and then in all media, all public, you find these buzzwords, these that or fad words. Like this becomes the new thing that everybody talks about. All the journalists, all the writers, they start using words like like when spread first came out, everything was a spread.
Now, everything with RPO is he a running quarterback, and RPOs the quarterback don't run. But
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. So to keep it short and simple, I've never heard people talk about scripting plays so much as I've heard in the last few weeks since Georgia Tech. So when I heard this, my senses go up because I know about scripting plays.
Right.
I've been an offensive coordinator before. I've called an offense before. I've been in offenses, and I had a person actually what I said was, and I wasn't trying to be sarcastic to the person because they've grown to be a friend, and I knew that they were trying to have a really good, intelligent football conversation with me, which you don't have to use big words to have an intelligent football conversation with me because football is a very simple game. But I said, explain to me what a script is. And he was like, it's 12 to 15 plays that they work on all the time. This is what the 12 to 15 plays that they practice a lot. They only work on these plays in practice. And then once they go past that, they do it. And I was just like, well, you practice more than 12 to 15 plays, right?
I'll say he's right. He's not wrong for Pop Warner.
Right. I mean, we have 12 to 15 plays on that team.
Right.
But Monday, Thursday practice, or Sunday, Thursday, however your school does it, is basically a walkthrough. Basically put yourself in position to understand so you can get an understanding. Tuesday and Wednesday practices are faster. Tuesday is typically your full pads or your heavily padded day. And then Wednesday is your shorts, maybe uppers or helmets or whatever you got. For us, Tuesday was run. But typically when you have more pads, you do more physical stuff. Less pads, you do passing. You have about 11 periods of install at 5 minutes a period.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 12, but between like your on-air walkthrough, you have that. So let's just say, and we ran 4 plays. One's ran 4 plays. Two's ran 4 plays if everything was perfect. So let's say you had the opportunity to put in 40 plays each day. So that's 80 plays. When I played, we ran about 85 plays a game. When you get in the game, you know what if you want to laugh about it, you know what you actually end up probably running once you get in the game?
8 to 10.
Like, yeah, you find what works. Like, I call it circle the duck, and you basically just keep making somebody's day long.
You do it out of different formations, so they look a little different.
I broke that down to. I was like, it's really only 10 to 15 plays anyway. Run plays and pass plays ran out of multiple formations, so it looks more complicated. But I know a lot of people get paid to tell you that the game is way more complicated than what it is. And that's not fun to tell you that football is literally my son's godfather, Toby Bullock, broke running game down to this. There are 5 run plays in his offense. But he can run it out of so many different formations in so many different ways. So the real way you learn football is you learn concepts more than you learn plays.
Correct.
So now you understand it and you can ad-lib. So back to the script thing. So I explained that to him. So that's if they're doing only 12 to 15 plays, it explains a lot more.
Well, I think it would help people too.
Okay, sorry. Well, Florida State is where I'm getting this.
No. What I was going to say, I think it would help people like when you're putting together this script. Like, okay, let's say you watch film of an opponent.
Now, before I say this, I want to know what qualifies you to help explain this to me because the people might not know. You train quarterbacks, right?
Right. I train quarterbacks. I was an OC. I was a head coach, and I see scripts every
Okay,
week.
so I just want to make sure because I want to make sure that I'm not leaning because the game might have changed.
Right.
Scripts could mean something different than what it was when I was there.
But I think it's important for people to understand this. Like when you're in fall camp, you're working on your offense.
Right.
Whatever that offense is. West Coast, whatever it is. RPO based, spread based, whatever. Pro style. And then when you get into the season, you watch film of a team and you see how other teams formationally what they do, how that team lines up to the formations. Like you said, you see how they line up and then you circle the duck. Okay, who do we put in a bad situation with this specific concept? You don't make up new plays. It's the same plays you've been practicing forever. You may change one. Like there may be something that you saw a team do that gave somebody trouble and you're like, that's this concept. But instead of running a comeback, if we make that a post or a deep out, it gives them look. So you may change a little bit, but your script is your plays. It's not 12 plays y'all drew up on a napkin while you were, drinking ABC watching Georgia Tech film.
Right.
It's for me, it was always, I want to get 4, 5, 6 formations in those 15. And I want to get like 2 or 3 different shifts or motions just so that the rest of the game, I know how they're going to respond to that.
So, right. So, all right. So you just brought up, so script is basically a hypothesis, an educated guess of what the defense is going to do, or offense if you're on defense, because they run scripts too, based upon past behavior, a past series of behaviors and what you've seen other people do.
Right.
Keyword in all of that, guess. When I hear people say our offense, when we go off script, it doesn't, like, our guys don't know how to do the plays very well. It makes it sound like our coaches or our players are remedial. Like, what it is beyond it's beyond the players at this point.
It does.
If your coach can't call back, because hear me out. In a game, it's real time, right? You see what they're doing. If you can't call plays when you see what they're doing, you're not very good at this calling plays thing, because you're telling me you're better at the guess than you are, because you should be able to, on this script, match up with what they're at. So let's say you made the script to cover 2, but they're coming out running man.
Right. Or an under front or whatever.
Right, yeah. So, like, okay, now I know I can't run. They got, or defensively, we ran cover 2. They got cover 2 beaters out there. We need to go run man, or we need to switch it up. Yeah. You can't tell me your guesses are better than what's really out there, and you're a professional.
Well, and okay, I don't want this to sound wrong. At the SEC, ACC, Division I college football level, here's how this should work. Is if you get into a situation to where I've got this play call, let's say you've got a smash concept called. So you've got outside guy running a 7-yard hitch and inside guy running a corner route. And all of a sudden you see they're in cover 2. Well, that's not a good play against cover 2.
Right.
It can be, though. And if you're really well coached, then all it takes is that inside guy turning that into a deep out. And you should be coached well enough to where that is an on-the-fly, I've got this move by your receiver and your quarterback. The other thing that should happen on your script, and this is where I think Florida State fans need to pay attention. You have a script within the script. So you have your script, but you also, when you get to 3rd and short, 3rd and -4, you go to a different part of your play sheet. That big ass play sheet they're all holding.
Right.
You see it color coded, like color for me. It was red was 3rd and short. So when we got 3rd and short, okay, here's my 5 best plays based on what I saw 3rd and short.
Right.
Now, if my guys aren't educated on why those are our 5 best plays, and when they come off the field, they cannot answer the question, what are they doing differently?
That's on who?
I'm screwed. That's on the coaches.
That's on the coaches.
That's 100% on the coaches.
I like what you just said. So here's the thing. If you don't have, let's say there could be more, but I think it's overkill when you get to this point. But there's 20 scenarios that are in a football game from an offensive standpoint. If you have 5 plays for the 20 scenarios, some of the plays will be repeat plays. That's 100. That's at best 100 plays, and that is a big play sheet.
Yep.
That's all. Like, to use the example like that I had, and the guy on a high school level was really good at doing this, was the Hall of Famer Kevin Sullivan. We would have no more than, if we had 80 plays on the sheet, but we would go. Our Thursday practice was literally us going through our script.
Right. The 20 you felt best about.
I always broke script after about 6 plays.
Yeah.
After 6 plays, I know what I want to do and what I want to focus on. And every now and then, if I want to feel a little, just to mix it up, a little razzle dazzle, I might go to 75.
What you have to do.
Yeah, I might go to play 75 so I can go back to play 5.
Right. Sudden
that's been
change
working.
or something like that.
Right.
Yep.
Or sudden change, there's things that break it up. But if you don't have 5, like if it's 3rd and 2, you don't have 5 short yardage plays that your guys know, you're not doing inside zone period very well. If it's 4th and 1 on the goal line and you don't have 5, like that means you're not doing goal line period in practice. Which you do this you have goal line at least 4 or 5 times during camp. And they added 3 weeks of camp, 3 weeks to your camp. So you can't keep blaming things when it's not really there. A script and guys going off script means it's 2 things, and it's terrifying if these 2 things are true at the exact same time. You've got dumbass players that don't understand right from left, or you got coaches who are overwhelmed and don't understand how to be able to teach the simplicity of what football is. I pick on Bobby, but I love Coach Bowden when he did this. Offensive line, you got to block. Running backs, you got to run. Hey, I talk about my position coach, Billy Sexton, all the time, and his simplicity. You know what he said to everybody, 5-star Lorenzo Booker, 5-star Leon Washington, no star me. Run where they ain't. If you don't understand run where they ain't, I can't make you understand all the other stuff. And obviously, but I got that concept. I also understood a playbook. We didn't, like when the people picked on Kendall Browse, I never got handed a playbook at Florida State. We had a playbook, but coach made us take a book every year, and we had to write the plays as he wrote them on the board. And I had to understand 4 different defenses in camp. So we had we see the 4-4. We're going to see the 3-4 or the odd man front. We're going to see the 4-3 base. That's what we're practicing against most of the time because that's what we run. But most of the teams will see. And then he'll always throw in a Bears look. Because and that's basically a 5-down lineman with a no TNT. Tackle, nose, tackle, no matter what else they do, we call that Bears front. I knew how to get to the Mike linebacker on ISO before the end of camp.
And you know what else you knew how to do? And this is the big thing I think Florida State's struggling with, at least when I watched them against Georgia Tech. It's almost like they're not having a blitz pickup period.
Oh, they are not.
It's almost like the running backs don't know what the offensive line's responsibility is, vice versa. I don't know.
No,
but in everything you just mentioned, was there not a blitz pickup period?
Period 1. Matter of fact, period 1, we call it pecker sled. Just the one-man sled, hit, drive. Everybody got to know how to run block. That's the basic foundations of it. Period 2, shield, mirror drills. Basically, take away the inside, the base concepts of blitz pickup. Period 3 with the linebackers on air, blitz pickup. 5, and then we go to like screen. No, excuse me. Routes on air, just out of the backfield with a quarterback. Handoffs. Basically, your basic individual stuff, and then we would go to 7-on-7 on air, team on air, inside on air. Basically, the install, like the first
daily too. The
first. If I really think about it, we have 24 periods. The first 15, maybe 6. I say the first 15 periods are basically install. And that's a period is 5 minutes. So whatever 15 times 5 is, that's how much daily we spent on making sure we understood the plays.
We should make this a regular segment because there are things, and it's not to make fun of people in my mind. It's like we hear commentators say things, we hear other people say things, and you just kind of assume they're the truth. They're not. They're not. Like, I think we should make this a normal thing where we explain to people what you should look at within a game. Like, I think people have this idea of a script of it's 15 plays, they run it in order, and it's their 15 best plays. And that's not what it is.
No, it's not.
It's not even close to what it is. If that's what it is, you have yourself a bad coaching staff. Like, it is 15 plays that set the tone for the rest of the game and give you information. Like, you have got to get information from those 15.
Matter of fact, script means the same thing in every aspect of life. When you go to the doctor and they give you a script, they give it to a pharmacist, and that has information for them to be able to fill the prescription. and it has information for you to know how to take said prescription in the proper manner. You're trying to find out how they react to it, and this is what it says to fans in plain English. When you hear, and this isn't an attack on anybody, this is just the truth, and I'm tired of people lying to you. When you hear somebody when we got off script, that's when we messed up. What they're telling you is when the defense adjusted, we had no answers.
Correct.
And I'm not coaching very well.
Correct.
That's the truth.
And we could do a whole other segment on why they didn't have answers. But at the very base level, you're exactly right. Like I'll give you a couple that I want to get to the next couple of days or next couple of weeks. I hate when announcers say, "Oh, he threw that off his back foot."
Oh yeah, you broke that down the other day.
Oh, that drives me crazy. And then I also hate when people say, "Oh, he's staring the throws down." Man, they are in man coverage. Ain't nobody's even looking at the quarterback. Y'all stop. What do you want him to do? Throw blind? I mean, there are times where they can stare it down, but I think this is a segment we should do. We should explain when you're watching football and an announcer says, "Hey, he stared that route down." I want you to be able to fire back and go to your wife or your loved one and go, "That announcer is an idiot because this is what he was doing."
That's why what you're saying is the reason why it's my hate o'clock. I know we got to wrap up. The reason why it's my hate o'clock is that I've got a bunch of people coming at me with theory and practice of football answers. And I say that this might be a shirt brand for me. And I got into it with a guy who is a former nose walker, but he's good. He's smart. He's really cerebral with it. But I'm like, it's not theory and practice of freaking football. At the end of the day, it's applications. It's a reason why there aren't very many millionaires that teach business school. They can tell you the theory and the practice of it, but they can't tell you how to truly apply it. So what it is a bunch of buzzwords that I know I can get you wrapped around with, and you can click it. And then what happens is you feel armed enough to come talk to somebody who's lived, breathed, and eaten.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, that's not what you're regurgitating isn't the true truth. That's not what a script is. Now, again, if they just don't have answers, that's a completely different argument. And I agree with you. Sometimes it gets out of hand. You don't have answers. But if you go off of a script and you're not doing good off of a script, you can't coach.
I see a future YouTube content here. I love this idea. I love what we just did. I think we should make this a weekly thing and even put some YouTube. We can do it at my facility. I've got the film room where we actually show people, hey, this is actually what's going on. I think people would eat that up.
I don't know. Even like what you were talking about with run blocking. Like somebody was arguing, like, dude, this is what I did. Not run blocking, pass block. So Corbin, I'm sorry, still, I know you guys are tired of me running this, but this is the only example I really have. Corbin's lined up on the right.
Who's Corbin?
The running back.
Okay.
He's lined up on the right.
Okay.
Shotgun.
Okay.
They're bringing pressure 2 off the edge to the right.
Okay.
His side. I don't know what the pass protection is, but typically you have inside, outside. I pick up the first person, that person off the edge, that's the quarterback's man. But if I hit that person on the inside, he should have enough time to get his drop, throw it.
Because the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Exactly. Some reasoning, he goes to the opposite side of the line to help block the defensive end.
So they were sliding to the...
Which isn't a problem. But to go across from where you're at, when you see pressure...
That's on the quarterback.
When you see pressure, there's no reason to do that. But you also, as a running back, if they tell you, if you see somebody coming here off the edge and you know we don't have that person accounted for, you got to go pick them up without the quarterback even telling you. That defensive end on the backside at least has one person blocking them. Maybe not very good, but they at least have one person blocking them. But to go across the line, that's a very difficult position to put a running back in who doesn't block 24/7. You got to control your speed. You've got to be able to reestablish the line. Bottom line is a stupid ass call. Like, block the person right here in front of you. It should be an automatic don't need.
Yeah.
Just like some people put in their offense, if I feel like there's 2 people blitzing off the edge, not very smart, but an automatic hot so that the running back just what we call it, a bubble route or a swing route.
Occupy him.
Basically, yeah, either occupy him or they're going to dump it to you.
Yep.
So, again, and that's something else I've never seen. Does this offense have any hot routes? Because when people blitz, there's nobody to throw to. That's not his Norvell tag too. Like I'm not, but again, the script thing just really, because the people are misusing it, misappropriating that terminology.
Let's take a break. Good stuff there. Got a lot of really good feedback on the text line. So good stuff. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's get back into Jags, Bengals. We'll do that coming up next.
Making the game last a little longer.
Join me, Hacker. And me, Leon Searcy.
The Window World of Northeast Florida 5th quarter. Presented by Donato's Pizza. 2 hours after the final whistle on game day. On the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists invites every school and every athlete to the free Bumps and Bruises Clinics Saturday morning. Join Dr. Kevin Murphy, Dr. Aaron Bates, and Dr. Chris Swanson at the Brooks YMCA from 8 to 9. Atlas Physical Therapy on State Road 210 and in Fleming Island at Preferred Physical Therapy from 9:30 to 10:30. It's absolutely free. See you there.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The football season is underway, and you can track the latest news, odds, and information at betonline.net. Bring the game home at betonline.net.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Fall is here and golf has never been more popular. If you're looking to get outside and learn a fun and safe game, call Hidden Hills Golf Club and our PGA staff will get you started right. Contact us at 620-0910 or visit hiddenhillsgc.com.
The Mike Norvell era is underway in Tallahassee. Stay up to date with the Seminole Report, presented by Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. 2 things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as the Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to roll-and lot bed covers, to trailer hitches, and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin. Hey, does your car still only play CDs? No Bluetooth? No CarPlay? You've got an old car, my friend. You know what's better than an old car? A less old car. Get a car or truck that's new to you with a great used car loan from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Get pre-approved for a loan and shop at any dealership in town. Get a low rate and get rid of that old car today. Apply online at 1to1fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, when we're talking about the, say, hot temps into the cooler temperature months, you can have a dirt bike, you can have a side-by-side, you can keep the fun going all year long.
Absolutely. It's a great time to get out and ride side-by-sides. Coming into this fall weather, there's a lot of parks around here, ATV parks for people to get out and ride. Great time to spend time with your family.
And you soup up all these rigs where they can have the Bluetooth and everything else.
We've got radios, lift kits, big wheels, big tires, you name it.
Cycles of Jacksonville, check them out, Atlantic and Regency.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
We talked about the Jaguar defense. It's the Sports Den here. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, RJ Saunders. RJ, you doing all right in there?
Yeah, man.
Been a long day for you, man.
No.
Are you back? Look at me. Okay. I didn't know if you were back to talking with the mask on.
No. I make sure to take the mask off if I'm going to talk. You guys said it sounded horrible. I listened each time I talked with the mask on. It sounded horrible. So
I mean, it's not that it sounded horrible. It just sounded like you were being held hostage somewhere.
Screaming for help?
Right. Right. We talked about the defense earlier for the Jags. Let's flip sides of the ball. I think it's pretty easy to put it this way. If the Jags don't have a good offensive game this week, there's reason for concern. They had some excuses against Miami. Now, I know Miami is doing the same thing, but 4-day week, coming off an emotional game, DJ Chark out, which ended up being a big deal. They're young, so you're going to have bad games. If you go back-to-back in what was effectively almost a bye week because you had an extra 3 days to prepare, then you start having some concerns. I have an idea of what I think is going to look a little different. I think what they've got to do, James, is they've got to find how do you get Laviska involved? And I'm not even talking like putting him in the backfield. Like that's kind of – I don't really like that. But if you think like motions, where do you line him up at? You know, things like that. Almost like, can you use him as a decoy? You know what I mean? Because how do you scheme up against that? If you pull him inside and you motion him almost to like a Y position, not to block, but how do they play it? They play nickel, like who's coming in on him, all that kind of stuff. I think you will see them start to get a little bit more creative with Laviska Shenault to open DJ Chark, to open Keelan Cole, to open those guys up a little bit more, and to get Laviska the ball in spaces. I think the one thing Laviska's got to improve on almost immediately is route running. He is 100 miles an hour, and I told you this before we even started the season. He's got to learn how to control that speed, but the easy way to do it now is get him the ball quick and let him make a move.
Right. You also got to do it to make sure you protect Robinson. Yes. Moving him in motion a lot keeps the defense from being able to stack the box. Because if they don't, then you basically just motion them to numbers to where you have a huge advantage. So eventually, if you're not able to get that passing game going, they're just going to take away. You're going to have a rookie that's going to get a ton of unnecessary hits that already runs very hard. But if you're able to motion and even a fake jet sweep to a screen, a type of not a screen, I hate to, like a swing pitch, route, basically a pitch off the fake off the dive fake, just a lot of different things.
What KC does with Tyreek Hill in a way.
Yeah. You
know, kind of like that. The one thing about James Robinson and the way he started the season in the first 3 games, you should start to see defenses pulled down a little bit, you should start to see chances to go downfield open up because they're not going to want to get gashed by this rookie any more than anybody else does. Like, they're going to have to put somebody else in the box. You can't just play cover 4 the entire game and let James Robinson go for 100 yards a game.
Ironically, and I know fans don't like hearing this, it's what Fournette gave you in 17.
It is. It's exactly, yes.
When Fournette was in the game, there was an automatic respect factor that got increased. When he left, they were like, all right, we know we can play them regular.
You know what the difference is? We had a quarterback then that couldn't take advantage of it.
Right.
Because even if you play action that and the safety sunk down, you had a quarterback that couldn't go over the top. You got one now.
Mm-hmm.
If the Jags come out and Gardner goes week 1 on us, 19 for 20 for $180, there's a problem. They cannot find a way to get deep. Like, I think coming out of this, and I've got enough faith in Jay Gruden and the experience he has, I think that they will find a way to get deep. I think you will see DJ Chark. You will see Chris Conley. By the way, what's happened to Colin Johnson?
Yeah, that the stage has got come to him.
Right, when we went to the scrimmage,
he was catching everything, but now he's like, one of the things I said when I saw him drop, I said, that's why you made this roster, to make that catch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're making it now. The person who probably enjoys it, not the losing part, but Keelan Cole's like,
yeah,
you keep dropping those passes, I'm going to be here.
I'm going to get an extension.
But you're supposed to catch that, and then you're supposed to take Keelan's spot, and Keelan gets asked to go elsewhere.
Well, the problem you have with Colin Johnson is there was so much buzz around him, you can't bring him down to practice squad.
No, somebody's
going to pick him up in a heartbeat, but he's got to start producing for you. But I do think you will see them get some more shots, and not the shots like they had against Miami. The one shot that I think Gardner missed, I think it was to Conley, was an awful throw by Gardner. Like, you've got to have that.
Right.
It was wide open. But the rest of the shots were forced, meaning they were going deep just to go deep.
Mm.
Like, I think against Cincinnati, you can scheme yourself into getting, DD down the seam if he plays, or DJ on a big post, or, Keelan on a big post off the play action. I would anticipate seeing a little bit more of that. And the reason why I said earlier I think the Jags win as well is because I do think they start to find a little bit of a rhythm and start to make defenses think twice about dropping 7 in coverage.
And that's what you got to do. You have to do that.
What about the tight end position? I mean, O'Shaughnessy's played well the last couple games.
Yeah.
Eifert's had a couple catches. Like, they got to find a way to get those guys down the seam a little bit more, don't they?
They got to be able to feel like they're guys who can do that. Like, that you can actually take advantage of. Right now, they still run it like Mercedes Lewis is the tight end, and that's obviously something they've seen in practice, something that they don't feel comfortable with them. Now, that could be something that you use Laviska in,
mm-hmm.
because if you really feel like they can't give you the seam, be able to really dominate the middle, and they're more than just dump off guys, then what you need to do is put 2 wide receivers in, make sure motion him into basically like just off the line, a wing roll, and you have him really attack that middle, and he be the guy that opens up.
I agree. At some point, like, you got to be able to put DJ, Keelan, Laviska, Conley out there in 10 personnel, meaning 1 back, no tight end, and make the defense say, because that's a lot of speed. You got to make the defense say, okay, well, we're going to pay attention to these 4 cats, which means it's going to open up the run, or it backs them off to which point you throw. The Jags have done more RPOs than what they've done in the past, I think. And I think that continues to get better. All in all I'm trying to say is I think the Jags have a very good offensive day against Cincinnati, and not because Cincinnati stinks. I think the Jags are just starting to figure out who they are, and I don't think the offensive line's that bad.
No, they've actually played a lot better than I thought they would.
They weren't great against Miami. Remember, the one that we said was Jawan Taylor that played. He's probably been the worst of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think for the most point, Norwell's been pretty good. Cam's
played better than I thought he would play.
A lot better, I thought.
What I'm not going to do is allow you to talk me into starting Gardner again, but I do agree with you, though.
No, don't start Gardner.
I'm going to start somebody who's just as bad, but it's only because he's playing a team that's just as worse. And he has a better team, Dak.
Oh no, he's not just no.
Dak
Dak's putting
didn't-
up stats, isn't he?
Dak didn't do very well last week.
Really?
Yeah. Now before that, he's been in garbage time, so he's been throwing it.
I saw this thing on ESPN earlier today, and the question was, who's the better dual threat quarterback? And it was Lamar or Kyler. What do you think?
Everybody wants to give it to Kyler, and because they have this stereotype of Lamar, and they look at the demolishing him, basically not looking good. The team not looking good. I'm taking the MVP still, but
It's interesting.
I'm gonna tell you because Kyler, believe it or not, but while Lamar has better backs, Kyler has better. Like you've got not the greatest, but one of the top 5 best wide receivers of all time. It Fitz still playing, arguably, but Larry Fitzgerald, we all recognize his greatness. And then you've got D-Hop.
Who's the better thrower? Kyler, right?
Kyler. More accurate. Yeah. But better runner right now, and the bigger run threat is Lamar because of his size and his speed and explosiveness.
So if you were starting a team right now, which one would you take? If you were starting a team from scratch, and those are your two options.
If I were starting one, yeah, and I don't have is it Roman? I don't have Greg Roman. I'm taking Kyler. But if I have Greg Roman, I'm taking Lamar.
I think I'm with you. I think I would take Kyler, and I'm not disrespecting Lamar. Kyler Murray's going to be something, man. If he stays healthy, he's going to be fine. They've got him listed at 207.
Yeah, I don't believe that. He's not small, but
he's got to get the interceptions under control, though. He's already got 5.
Kyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and that's just that right there is just a stereotype. People, if you would have told me Lamar had more interceptions, I'd have believed you. Now, something about Lamar, his arm must be crazy.
Kyler had 3 in one game.
Lamar's arm strength like that crazy? Is he one of those guys that when he wings it, like you're either going to catch it or it's going to bounce off your hands?
Lamar Jackson, if you just put a tape of him throwing, he shouldn't be able to throw like he throws. Like mechanically, he is like you put a tape in of him, go do not do this. So yes, he's got to have the strongest arm because him and Cam both, by the way. Like their arm strength's got to be ridiculous to be able to throw the ball the way they can.
Because when I see some of these guys drop these passes, I'm like, they must be trying to catch this in self-defense.
Oh,
because it like
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Again, one of the terms a catchable ball. Being a guy who caught some passes, I know what that means.
How many interceptions you think Lamar has this year?
3?
0.
Man, I'm telling
0.
If he gets this, if he wins another MVP, if he balls out, he gets to say a big FU to the industry.
He's only got 5 touchdown passes. He had 3 in the first week against Cleveland. He's only had 1 each of the following weeks. And then last week he had 2 fumbles.
Okay.
Last week he only completed 53% of his passes.
That's not good. But I think that's just what you have if we're with a guy like that.
Well, and when you're playing Kansas City and you know they're going to score, you got to take some shots.
One of the
try to keep up.
You want to know something that'll get you out of your script? Knowing you're going up against a team that's going to score every drive, they have a chance. And watching the KC, like, what do you pick your poison?
I know
You want
crazy.
the tight end to kill you? You want the wide receivers to kill you? You want the running backs to kill you? Or you want the quarterback to improvise when it's all said and done?
Is Clyde Edwards-Helaire that good, or is it just the offense?
I think he's the perfect back for that offense. Like, he's got great vision. He's got good speed.
Strong.
And there's so many weapons that are there. Like, you can't account for you. If they're able to figure out how to keep all these people happy for years on years on the come, like, they could be one of those exciting teams for the next 5 years. Like, it should be impossible to do that.
5'7", 207. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He's only 5'7"?
Yeah.
He's Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah. 5'7", 207. I don't know what he looks quick, doesn't he? I mean, he looks fast. I don't know what his 40 time. I wonder if he even ran it. Edwards-Helaire 40 time. No, I mean, when they made that pick, 4.61. That's what he ran.
Really, the thing that matters, which I really wish they would go away from that, but what matters is the 10.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up, see what a split was, but I don't see it on here. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. He's a dude. But let's take our final break. We'll give a score prediction for Jags Bengals when we get back.
Game day starts 5 hours before kickoff with the 1010XL Kickoff Show, presented by TIAA Bank and Kohler Homes Windows and Doors, with Lauren Brooks, Fat Tony Smith, and Hayes Carline on 1010XL.
Hello, I'm Eddie Farah. If you're injured on the job, your rights are determined by the Workers' Compensation Statute. Under Florida law, your employer must have workers' compensation coverage if they have 4 or more employees. If it's a construction job, then your employer must have coverage with only 1 employee on the payroll. When these coverages don't exist, you may be cleared to sue your employer for all of your financial losses, including pain and suffering. We often see situations when the injured worker has an additional claim, such as when you're on the job and you're struck by a negligent driver, or a defective piece of machinery causes you injury. That's why it's so important to always conduct a thorough investigation of how your injury happened. These are tough economic times, and we want you to know your rights. Go to farahandfarah.com or call us at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979. Offices, Jacksonville.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
I want my Woody's barbecue.
Hi, Flying Jacko here, and believe you me, I know what a drag the virus is. The mask thing's a real pain. There's only one thing that fixes my attitude. It's Woody's barbecue. Cook low, slow, and fall off the bone good. If the virus is making you crazy, visit your neighborhood Woody's today.
At Woody's barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat. All year long, you'll be singing our song. Stay cooler with Bueller. At the head of our class, we make it happen fast. Stay cooler with Bueller. For heating and air, we always play fair. We make the difference because we really care. Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Share stories over a big bowl of cereal with Big Bo. Breakfast with Baselli. Tony Baselli, Dan Hicken, and Jeff Prosser.
It don't get no better than this.
Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A. Monday morning on 1010XL.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get the ones, I'm trying to get them M's.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Sunday, 1 o'clock. I think the Jags win, hold off draft talk for another couple of weeks. I'm going to go 27-24 Jags.
I was going to go 24-14.
You think they can hold them to 14? I like it.
Hmm?
Think they get Burrow a couple times?
Yeah, I think his ability to be uncomfortable in the pocket on his own and try to force plays is what's going to help the defense.
CJ Henderson needs to rebound.
And he's lucky AJ Green is not really performing that well right now.
Yeah, take your college affiliation away, Jag fans. CJ Henderson, for the long-term health of this defense, needs to be good. Needs to be really good. And he was up until Thursday night. So he needs a rebound game. RJ, not to steal Rick Ballou's thunder tomorrow, but what do you think?
I have 30-27 Jacksonville.
Oh, wow. Dear. So we all picked Jacksonville, which means they're going to lose.
Right.
Horribly. Can't be worse than the Miami game, though.
Nothing can be worse.
8 o'clock on Sunday, we'll be here to catch you up on everything that's happened. I think I'm going to catch that Oakleaf Camden County game tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yep.
Little Walt.
Yep. Got both quarterbacks in that one. So go out there and watch that one. Then watch some college football after I train this weekend, and then be back in here Sunday to spend the night with you guys. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Get to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits for all your tailgating or just drinking needs. Get by there early and often this weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Sunday.